Hello all. Today we will start with the new way of mole concept. So we can see mole is the SI unit for an amount of the substance. It gives the SI unit the amount of substance which we will work through. It gives us the qualitative relationship between the number of particles and the mass of the substance. So, the qualitative assessment or the relationship between the number of particles and mass of the substance can be ascertained with the help of the new concept called mole. We know this Avogadro's number, which is equals to 6.023 into 10 to the power 23. Yes, students, 6.023 into 10 to the power 23 is the Avogadro's number which we have studied in our last class. This is actually the 1 mole of the substance which contains the definite number of particles. So, when a substance, any mole of substance contain a definite number of particles, we should be ascertain that it is 6.023 into 10 to the power 23. And Avogadro's number, we have remembered that it is denoted by N, capital N, small a. So, the actual definition of 1 mole is the amount of substance that contains as many particles as there are atoms in exactly 12 gram of 12 carbon isotopes. So, students, it is noted that we are talking about the 12 carbon isotope. So, mass of carbon 12 atom was determined by mass spectrometer and it has been found to be equal to 1.99 into 10 to the power 23 gram, and the weight of 1 mole of carbon is 12 gram. So, if in order to find out the number of atoms, we have to divide 12 gram by 1.992646 into 10 to the power minus 23, which is equals to 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 atoms. So, in order to determine the mass of the carbon 12 atom, we need to find out the number of atoms which actually present in 1 mole, and that is equal to 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 atoms. So, coming over to this, we can easily find out that for 1 mole of hydrogen atom, it is 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. Similarly, for 1 mole of oxygen molecule, also it is 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. Even for a potassium ion, for any types of ions, it is also equals to 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. Thus, often in the book you will come over to the term called entities. It is actually for any atoms, molecules or ion. So students, we need to confirm that for 1 mole of any atom or molecules or ion, the value of that particle will be 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 atoms. Next, we come over to atomic mass unit, which is denoted by AMU. It is the unit of the mass and is used for expressing the mass of smaller entities like atoms or molecule. So, 1 AMU equals to 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram, or if we convert it in kg, it is minus 27. Thus, it is equal to 1 by 12 into mass of 1 atom of carbon 12 isotope, which is equals to 1 by Avogadro's number in gram. That is 1 AMU, that is atomic mass unit, is equals to 1 by Na gram. So, this is the formula we need to understand and need to remind whenever we do any types of numericals. So, 1 AMU equals to 1 by 6.022 into 10 to the power 23, which is equals to 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. This 1 gram, so 1 gram is equals to this part, that is 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 24 into 6.022 or 23 into 10 to the power 23. So, value of 1 gram is always this value. So, we have understood how we have expressed atomic mass unit, which is the unit of mass. Next, we will talk about the atomic mass. So, mass of an atom is expressed in AMU, that we have just now got to know. So mass of one hydrogen atom is equals to 1 AMU, mass of one oxygen atom is 16 AMU, mass of calcium atom is 40 AMU. So it is very much important for us to know the mass of every atom present in the periodic table, whether it is hydrogen, sodium, potassium or any other. So that is to be understood and remembered by us. Next we have come over to the molecular mass. So there we have talked about the atom. Here we will talk about for a molecule. So how molecule is formed? As in the earlier chapter we have talked about what is molecule. When two atoms combine together they give rise to molecule. The mass of the atom is also expressed in AMU is the molecular mass. So when a mass of atom when expressed in AMU is the molecular mass of that particular molecule. So if it is hydrogen it will be for 2 AMU, that is hydrogen atom we came to know it is 1 AMU. So for hydrogen molecule it will be 2 AMU. For oxygen it was 16 AMU, for oxygen molecule it is 32 AMU. Now if we take for any molecule like H2SO4, we can easily calculate it as 2 plus 32 plus 64, that is 98 AMU. Now it is actual mass. So mass of the atom or molecules expressed in grams is known as actual mass. So every time we cannot talk about the expressing the mass of the atom or molecule in AMU. Whenever we express it in terms of gram, it is called the actual mass. So mass of one atom is 16 AMU and mass of one atom in gram is equals to 16 into 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. We have remembered that just now we have find out the mass of the atom. Mass of oxygen molecule it is 32. So when it is expressed in gram we have to just multiply with this factor 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 24. Just now we have find out how we have got this value. It is the value of 1 AMU, that is 1 by 6 point. This value 1.67 into 10 to the minus 22 has come from 1 by 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. So it is very easy to determine the actual mass, molecular mass, atomic mass by this process. So we need to understand and we need to find out. Next is 1 mole. So 1 mole is equal to, as I told you earlier, it is the Avogadro's number, that is 6.023 into 10 to the power 23 entities. So it is equal to the for solid, liquid or gas, which is the molar mass, which is equals to 22.4 at STP. STP standard temperature and pressure. So this value 22.4 it is for gas. So in order to find out the number of moles of any substance, we need to mug up this formula, that is number of moles is equal to number of particles divided by Avogadro's number. So in order to find out molar mass of 1 mole, so we can again calculate number of moles. It is equals to given mass by molar mass, so which is equals to volume of STP in liter by 22.4 in liter. That is volume of STP. If it is in ml, we have to convert this value into ml, that is 22.4 liter will be converted into 22,400 ml. So these formulas need to be mug up. One is number of moles for any entities, number of moles for a molar mass. We need to use this formula for identifying and calculating the particles. Now we have to determine the mass percentage of an element. So this is equal to the mass of that element in the compound into 100 divided by molar mass of that compound. For example, if we take that of water, just see molar mass of water is equal to 18.02. So how did we calculate it? Hydrogen is 2 plus 16, that is approximately it is coming 18.02 gram. So in order to find out the percentage, we need to find out percentage mass of first hydrogen then oxygen, because this molecule is formed by hydrogen molecule and oxygen. So we can see 2 into What is this? 1.008. It is the mass of hydrogen divided by the total molar mass of the water molecule. Just see mass of that element in the compound. Mass of that element in the compound divided by the molar mass. So 18.02 is the molar mass of the water. So it is coming 11.18%. For mass percentage of oxygen, it is 16. So there is one oxygen molecule. So it is 16 divided by 18.02 into 100. So it is coming 88.79%. So we can easily find out the percentage of mass percentage of any element present in that molecule. For example, if we take ethanol, that is C2H5OH. So first we have to find out the molar mass of ethanol. It is equals to 46.068 gram. That is 2 into carbon, mass number of carbon, 6 into hydrogen, mass in gram, and 16 of oxygen. So mass percent of carbon is 24.0224 because it is 2 molecule of carbon divided by total into 100, that is 52.14%. For mass percentage of hydrogen, we can take 6 molecule of hydrogen into its weight divided by molar mass of the total molecule. It is coming 13.13%. Similarly, for oxygen, the process is same, 16.00 gram divided by 46.068 gram into 100. So the percentage coming is 34.73%. So in this way, for each of the element of that particular molecule, we can find out the mass percentage. Now coming over to empirical formula and molecular formula. So first we need to understand what is empirical formula. The simplest whole number ratio of various atoms present in a compound is the empirical formula. So the simplest whole number ratio what we will get of various atoms present in the particular compound which we are talking or which we are going to calculate is the empirical formula. And molecular formula is that where we get the exact number of different types of atoms present in a molecule of a compound. So exactly what is the type of atoms we will get will determine the molecular formula of that particular compound. So if the mass percent of various elements present in a compound is known, it is very easy to determine the empirical formula. And if the molar mass is known, consecutively the molecular formula of that compound can easily be determined. For example, if it is given for hydrogen, carbon and chlorine, the mass percentage and molar mass is also given. So for each of that hydrogen, carbon and chlorine element, the moles of that can be easily found out by the formula, that is mass. See, this is in a percentage. So if it is in a percentage, we can easily convert it because it is in 100 gram, it is 4.07 gram. So 4.07 gram divided by its original mass of that hydrogen atom. So this is the atomic mass and this is the mass which is given here. So if we divide it, we get 4.04 moles. For carbon, similarly, it is 24.27 which is given here. So it is divided by its atomic mass and we will get the ratio as 2.021. Similarly for chlorine also. So for every element, in the next chapter we will study that how to determine the atomic mass. So knowing atomic mass of every element of the periodic table is very much essential for calculating any of the molecular formula or empirical formula. So knowing this ratio, we can easily see that 2.021 is the smallest value and we need to divide and get the ratio as 2:1:1. It is 4.07. So if we divide it by 2, we will get 2:1:1 for a hydrogen, carbon and chlorine. So empirical formula will be carbon is 1, hydrogen is 2, chlorine is 1. So formula will be, empirical formula will be CH2Cl. Thus, for CH2Cl, empirical formula mass is 12.01, we know it, 2 into 1.008 plus 35.453. So, its mass, empirical formula mass is 49.48 gram. So, molar mass by empirical formula mass will give, molar mass was given 98.96, and we have calculated the empirical formula mass, which is equals to 49.48 gram. So, it is coming round about to 2. So, this factor is called N. If we multiply this N with the empirical formula which we have determined, so this will give the formula as C2H4Cl2. So, the molecular formula comes to be C2H4Cl2 and empirical formula is CH2Cl. Now, we will move over to something different. We were talking about solid, liquid, gas. So, in order to find out the reactions in solution, first we need to understand what is concentration. So, this is the most important terms which is used in your laboratory to determine the certain amount of substance which is present in that particular volume. So, in order to know the concentration, we need to understand what the concentration actually means in the laboratory. That is the amount of substance present in its given volume. For example, if we take a solution, the solution, first of all, a solution is made up of solute and solvent. This thing you will learn in the higher classes. So, let us focus. If we take a solution of sugar, so we need to understand in that sugar solution, the solute is sugar. So, the mass of that solute should be understood. What is this? That this is the amount of substance which is present in this liquid, and that makes the concentration. And this concentration is expressed here as 4 types. That is mass percent or weight percent, mole fraction, molarity and molality. These two are the important for undergoing the concentration terms which is oftenly used, that is mole and molality. So, in order to determine the mass percent or weight percent, we need to know the formula. So, mass percent is determined as the mass of the solute by mass of the solution into 100. So, if we know the solution is taken about, for example, if we take the solution of 50 ml, and in that the amount of mass is 2 gram. So, if we divide this thing into 100, we will get the mass percent or weight percent of that solution. Next is the mole fraction. So, mole fraction, it is the ratio. So, if a substance A, when dissolves in substance B, and their number of moles, if we take it small a and small b, then we can find out the mole fraction of A. That is number of moles of A divided by number of moles of that solution, which is denoted by Na divided by Na plus Nb. Next, mole fraction of B. This is the number of moles of B divided by number of moles of the solution. That is Na divided by Na plus Nb. So, we should understand this is denoted by Xa and this is Xb. So, Xa plus Xb will be equals to 1. So, this thing should be understood, that whenever we need to find out the mole fraction of a substance A or B, the number of moles of both the substance when dissolves in that solution should also be known to us in order to calculate for each mole fraction of that substance. Next is molarity. So, it is denoted by capital N, and it is the number of moles of solute divided by volume of solute in liters. Okay. So, if we have 1 mole of solution of substance, for example, sodium hydroxide, and we need to prepare 0.2 mole of solution from it, how we will find out? So, first try to understand molarity. Molarity is the number of moles of that solute. So, number of moles. What is number of moles? It is the weight of that solute present in the moles of that solution. So, this is the number of moles. So, Look here, 1 mole of NaOH is equals to 1 mole of NaOH present in 1 liter of solution. So for 0.2 molar solution, we have to use the formula V1S1 into V2S2. So this is the strength which is given. So from 1 mole, we have to prepare 0.2 molar of that solution of NaOH. So 0.2 molar of solution is there, from where we have to prepare from 1 liter, that is 1000 ml, which is equals to the strength of NaOH, which is already given, and how much of that solution is required to prepare 0.2 molar solution is V2. So V2 can be calculated using this 0.2 m into 1000 ml divided by 1.0 molar. So the volume which is required to prepare the 0.2 molar solution from 1 mole solution of NaOH is the 200 ml. So we have to take 200 ml of that 1 molar solution and we have to dilute it till 1000 ml. So the thing what we will get is the 0.2 molar solution. One thing should be remembered, that when we are diluting with water, its concentration won't change, because we have already calculated the amount or the volume which is required to prepare 0.2 molar solution. Okay, now molarity, since we are talking about the change in the mass, so it will change with the temperature. Whereas molality, which is denoted by small m, it is the number of moles of solute, same as molarity, but that was volume of solution in liter, and this is the mass of solvent in kg. So as mass remain unaffected, so that does not change with temperature. So in the next video we will talk about some of the numericals which are very important for your part to know how to calculate molarity, normality, mass percent, etc. So in the next slide or in the next video we will talk, or we will do some of the numericals, and you can also go through the books of your NCERT. Thank you.